Buddy, it's Ish here. It's been a little while since I did my last video, so I thought I'd do another one, especially since I was gonna do a video on this topic anyway, and today's events have they've implored me to do one. About an hour ago, I was sitting in the hallway. I was playing with my phones and a Nintendo DS. A big guy, very big guy, about 20 stone, 6'4" guy, white guy, with his girlfriend, came into the hallway, this little hallway bit that goes to the steps, and asked, like, in the manner that a king would say to a peasant, "What am I doing sat there?" I looked him dead in the eye, smiling, and I said, "I'm sat here." He didn't say anything until we opened the door and left for the steps with his girlfriend, who didn't say anything, who seemed to be very uncomfortable by boyfriend's behaviour. He started to get even more aggressive and he said, "There's no need to be sarky." I said, "Yeah, okay." He walked away with his girlfriend. I got back to what I was doing. 2 minutes later, he came back up with his girlfriend. He didn't say a thing to me. Is that a shock? Wouldn't you think somebody like that would say something, would try and cause some more trouble? The reason why he didn't is because I was assertive, because I didn't back down, because I didn't let a little fool who takes steroids, I presume, to prove he's a big alpha male just to impress his girlfriend, who obviously didn't require him to do so. I can only speculate that the reason why he did it was because he does take steroids. People who take steroids sometimes get side effects, which, for example, their testicles shrink, their penis shrinks, they grow breasts like a lady would do, and I feel that his ego is too small, so he has to, not naturally, but using performance enhancing drugs to enhance his physique, and he's a big guy anyway, he didn't need it. So you don't need to go to a little short 5'8", 5'9" guy like me, who's only about 10.5 stone, who wasn't looking at your girlfriend, was just looking at his phone, minding his own business with his little Nintendo DS and his phone. Didn't pay no attention to you. You don't need to do that, dude. You really don't need to do that. She wasn't impressed. She really wasn't impressed. I think she told him off on the steps, and I think I heard the doorway he came out. I know which door he came out, which flat he came out of. So I could have been a raging lunatic. Well, I am a little bit crazy. I'm bipolar, but I could have been a schizo or a murderer or something. You don't, just because of your size, don't think it will give you, you know, the superpowers like the Incredible Hulk or something to intimidate someone. I mean, it's bullying behaviour. It really is. And on another topic, but the same sort of field, bullies. I see Israel on the news all the time. Palestinians don't really get any coverage really from the BBC. I see it a lot on Facebook. I'm gonna reflect back to a post I put on maybe last week. I think it was last week, end of last week, about BBC. A BBC news anchor was having a talk with an Israeli scholar. The Israeli scholar exclaimed that the Palestinians murdered 3 innocent Israeli teenagers kidnapped and killed them. The news anchor said, since these 3 Israeli deaths, 10 Palestinians have been 10 innocent. The BBC guy actually did say 10 innocent Palestinian guys, kids, youths have been killed as well. And he asked the Israeli scholar, is that worth, is the 3 Israeli deaths worth more, or has more validity than the 10 Palestinian innocent youths? The Israeli scholar immediately retorted and said they weren't innocent, they had grenades. So 3 innocent youths, I presume that they were under 19, under 20, so youths I guess are between like 16 and 19, maybe even younger, all had grenades in their pockets, yeah? And the BBC guy, after the Israeli scholar's statement, immediately said, oh, I see your point, okay. And then I just switched off, I switched the TV off, or switched it over something else. People are seeing what these Zionists are really like. I'm not talking about Jews in general, Jewish people, because I've seen the photos where the Jewish people are actually protesting and against this as well. I'm talking about Zionists. I'm talking about these radical people who are as bad as Boko Haram, the Muslim radicals. Any extremists are bad. The Westboro Church in America, the Christians, the extremists, they're bad. So I mean, I know the Muslims have got the bad guy pantomime deal at the moment, but God willing, it's gonna change. People are gonna see the real villains for who they are, like these MPs with their little scandals and the Jimmy Savile style bullshit. One day, God willing, they're gonna be punished for it all. I'm gonna leave it to the Lord to do that. For anybody who's watching this video now, the title of this video is Fuck Pseudo Alpha Males. The guy who I saw today was a pseudo alpha male, he wasn't a real alpha male. If you're a big 6'4", 20 stone guy, you don't need to assert your alpha male standing class bullshit to impress a girl. If the girl's already with you, then be happy with that. Okay, so I want to just do a shout out to Ray from the BSX and his brother Sully, top lads. I want to do a shout out to Sham from Phone Bits. He does the best screen protect application jobs I've ever seen. I'm trying to keep up, so good for you. I also want to mention the big 20 stone guy, a separate 20 stone guy from a shop in Bradford Town Centre where they exchange computer equipment and games and things like that. He recently tried to cause a lot of trouble for me. For some reason he didn't like me. I still don't know why he didn't like me, but the rest of the staff do like me. He tried to get me, cause a lot of trouble from for me, and tried to aggravate me, or tried to get me to retaliate in the way that he thought I would retaliate. The way I retaliated was writing a 2-page email to his head office, and since he's already had a complaint about him before, it's not going to help you, is it? So just stop. I mean, just stop. Before I end this video, people who are scared of people bullying them, people bigger than them, people who have friends, don't be. If you think you're gonna get hurt, somebody's squaring right up to your face and going what, and trying to scare you, don't do anything brash, talk calmly. You look them in the eye, okay? Because who are they for you to look away? They're the ones who should be ashamed, and they should be looking away. Don't get violent. only use violence when they use violence against you, and you have to do it as self-defense to avoid injury to yourself. For your own amusement, here's a video from the computer exchange shop where the person who I mentioned earlier was giving me trouble and I had to complain about him. Here's the video of him saying sorry to me, which was a really poor apology, but from that guy, that's the best you're gonna get. Have a nice day, guys.
Hey, just to say, I'm sorry if I've ever upset you at any point.
Okay.
Just in the past or anything?
Fine.